Hey guys, I'm back. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I was in London and ignoring the camera. It's Revival Cycles, Alan. This is a daily. We haven't done it in a while. Today is June 6th. It's a Wednesday. And I want to talk to you guys about a bike we built quietly and didn't really release, the V9. I don't really know what to say about this bike. You know what I really wish we had? Was Andy James Dio. Andy! Oh, look! He's just hiding behind the camera.
You ask and I shall appear.
Oh, it's always that way. Especially when you're in the bathroom. You know when you can't reach those spots? You say Andy and he's right there with his hands right in the middle of everything.
That's kind of creepy.
It's gross, actually.
Yeah.
Andy and I hang out a lot. Can't tell. So, Moto Guzzi gave us this bike. They call it is it called the Pro Build?
The V9 Pro Build was what they...
One day we'll be pros.
Yeah.
And then we'll live up to that moniker. But at this point, it's just a V9, a Moto Guzzi. Actually, it's a pretty cool V9.
A V9 Roamer.
It was the V9 Roamer. So,
I don't really actually know what that means.
I don't either. I mean, Moto Guzzi they've done a lot of bikes with this small block V-twin based variant, and this bike was developed in the mid 70s and it has evolved. And this is a 2017 or 18 900cc V9. So it's just grown from where it was. So now it has modern fuel injection and ABS and quite a few cool things. They call it the Roamer, and I think it's kind of a bobber.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Essentially,
It's kind of an American bike.
the factory bike was an American bike.
Yeah.
And they gave this bike to like 4 different builders and said, here, build what you want to build. Well, they gave this bike to us, and this is what we built. And I think, if I remember correctly, and that was like a year ago, probably when we started this, at least.
Something like that, yeah.
Andy and I looked at it and said, well, if it's a bobber, then we have to build it into a bobber. We're not going to do what everyone does, which is take this bike and turn it into the tracker thing that everybody's doing,
or a cafe.
Or cafe, right? Which is what Craig did, and I love the bike that Craig Rodsmith did.
It's just not a cafe.
His?
No, like the bike. The bike in general.
I think the DNA of the bike, right,
Yeah.
was supposed to be
Yeah.
more of a bobber. So this is our interpretation of it, and we've never built a bobber of any kind ever. Sorry, I'm relying upon you to remind me. No,
Yeah,
not really.
no, we haven't.
We've done what you would consider to be a traditional bobber. So, with that conversation in mind, Andy kind of ran with it.
Yeah, I think it was a fun opportunity to do something that people don't normally consider us for, that we don't normally do. To play in a vernacular, 70s molded chopper, which is always fun. 70s colors.
Unibody. So this is, Andy and I had a lot of talks about this, and we might have even had a few arguments about it, but what
I don't
Andy,
think so. I think you complicated it a bit more than what I had originally envisioned. But
what did I do to complicate it? 'Cause I don't remember.
you added the one-piece bodywork. Was it
my fault?
Yeah, we originally talked about.
You know what? It's my favorite part of the bike.
It's great. I mean, I'm glad we did it that way, and it from a design standpoint, I think it works really well.
I think it looks really cool.
And it's weird. It's weird.
I've forgotten who I thought that was your fault.
No, that was you. That was 100%
well,
you.
It's still my favorite part. So it's really cool, and I love the asymmetrical insets. And so this whole thing is all one-piece aluminum that Andy built out, even integrating the factory gauge. And the idea behind this bike is that we're going to use it as part of our rental fleet. We rent out bikes at a retail store, and we're going to rent this bike. You can rent this bike and ride it. Have you ridden this thing yet?
I actually haven't.
I haven't ridden it either.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I asked Stefan earlier, and he hasn't ridden it either.
It looks super comfy.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Alex said he loved it.
Well, the idea was that it was supposed to be fun, like something that was easy to ride, not scary.
Look at this. And we use the factory controls. Obviously, the handlebars and the entire front end are different. We worked with an outside guy to kind of get that done. There's a whole lot of custom pieces here. We have the factory controls, so all the factory switches, which are actually pretty damn good for factory switches. I like them. Which is something we never do. We always rewire everything.
Well, we retained all the factory functionality, the ABS. I mean, ABS on this girder, which is pretty amazing. You can tell it's got a toning ring on the wheel still.
ABS on a girder. It looks like it's going to be comfortable.
I hope so.
I'm stoked.
It's a nice upright riding position.
What's your favorite part of the bike?
Oh, how wacky it is.
It is pretty wacky.
I mean, the fact that we put a a girder on a modern bike, but kept all the fun stuff.
It better be better.
It sounds good too. I think is one of the.
I've heard it from far away, but I haven't heard it from close yet. You know what it needs? It needs a mirror.
Yeah.
There's no mirrors. We need something stupid and funky and black and like chopper-esque looking or bobber-esque looking. Not something, or maybe just something right here that hangs down, I guess.
Some iron cross mirrors.
I'm down for an iron cross mirror. All right, what are you working on right now?
I am working on something that I can't talk about. Top secret.
Oh, let's walk over there anyway. Can you leave that part out, Corona, for the camera? All right.
I'm actually working on something else too.
Actually, we can talk about the top secret part. We just won't say what the bike is for, or what the bike is.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So Titanium is over there making noise. And you were welding up this skid plate for this top secret project.
Top secret.
Super, super top
Don't
secret.
even touch it because it's so hot.
Don't even look at it.
Actually, I can show you something that I've been working on that I know you'll get excited about.
Wieners? I like wieners.
Wieners, yeah.
Okay. That looks good.
You probably recognize what that's for.
No, I'd seen the photo, but I hadn't seen it.
We talked about this in the daily the other day with Alec. So
we splined it.
Yeah, so this is the piece that we started with. Again, this is something that Stefan had made.
In other words, this piece started as this.
Yes.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, so this has been shaped to match this original kicker. Stefan machined this pin this morning. It's gonna get pressed into that hole and then welded in.
Sweet.
And then
so this kicker, this original kicker is for one of the Bruff Superiors. Actually, it should fit multiple of the Bruff Superiors that we have.
well, of course, they're all three of them, they're all different.
They're all a little different. But if you look right here, look really, really close, it's oblong, misshapen, and broken because it's a repop part that's really, frankly, just a piece of shit. Just not really well made is what it was, because it's not like that bike's been kicked that many times.
Well, and it's also, you know, an antiquated design too.
So we improved upon the design, obviously. We had these, Stefan designed this in CAD, I assume, and then we EDM'd it. And then you spent a lot of time with some heat, bending and getting that shape.
Die grinder, yeah.
You know, this isn't perfectly in line with that. You've already seen that, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to fix that?
That one's not either. I don't think it really matters all that much.
It's okay if it has a little bit hanging off to it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I can come back and adjust it still too.
It'd be cool if those were in the same plane, but maybe it's not necessary. We'll see when we get on the bike. But that's really cool. I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's mild though, and not stainless.
This part.
This is stainless, I can tell, but this is mild.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about rust?
Mild or not?
Well, I mean,
it's steel. It's not stainless steel.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's exciting. And then, what's this? This is the other one?
Yeah, that's another one.
It's kind of through the process, you can see. Yeah, this is one thing we do, is we make parts, and most people aren't really gonna wanna do that.
So if you've got a Bruff Superior from the 20s,
if you got a
new kicker,
yeah, call us. This will be like $5,000, but good luck finding one somewhere else. So that's how it goes.
I mean, those things are like CV750s, right? Everybody's got
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Actually, I saw one on Craigslist this morning at a free curbside pickup.
Oh man.
Bruff Superior. I didn't have time to go get it, so whatever. This bike's looking really good.
That's coming along.
This is the Boyd project, Ducati. You guys have seen a few updates on. These triples are coming together. Well, so handlebars and triple trees, and essentially the holders for the hydraulic brake and hydraulic clutch on that side. This is a mock-up, meaning this isn't a final bit or anything, but if you look over here, Corona, you should be able to get this without getting this stuff in camera. Look on this side. Switch gear. I think that's gonna be really, really pretty. And the bodywork's coming together. How are you feeling about it?
Good. I'm waiting on some taillight assemblies before I can put the rest of it together.
I wanna see it click in. I wanna see it work. It's gonna be awesome. So unlike most bikes that we do body work for, anybody does body work for, you just have a base and then you do the shell over top, and the underside doesn't really matter because you don't see that, right? Like it's just, this ugly bit doesn't matter. On this bike, we've gone to the trouble in the design and fabrication of making an underbelly tray. So this will all be together so it looks like it's in the same plane. I'm imagining that sucks.
The back one's gonna be the worst.
Better you than me. That's all I can really say. Have you got a plan?
Yeah.
Stefan is at least helping, I hope.
Yeah. There's plan. There's parts.
There's so many trick pieces to this bike. It will only be apparent when it's done, or appreciated, I should say, when it's done. But I like the way this has been adapted, by the way. It's going to work better too. But I like it. I actually like the way that ended up. This has all been machined down from the factory cover, and it's exposed now.
That was a minor mishap in computer modeling.
I think it was a mishap in computer modeling, but it's better that it ended up that way, is what I'm saying. Anyway.
So one of the things that's I think fun about this, since we're talking about the V9, is that in building that tank and tail setup, tested out some of the techniques that I knew I was going to use on this. So it's a good test bed for this project.
Where it wasn't quite as
critical.
Yeah. Hey, look, this is coming together. This is the motor for your bike.
We don't need to talk about that.
Did you discover anything?
No smoking guns yet.
There was no smoking gun.
Yeah, the head, the pistons, the bores all look fine.
I'm looking at buying you a motor from a salvage bike from Copart. I'll let you know. This is broken. I'll let you know. I've been trying to find one. It's like theft recovery or something, just to get you another motor.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna go ride that bike. Ty, we can't talk to Ty because Ty's working on top secret, no one can see parts. Let's go ride the V9 so I can go home. It's hot.
I want to see this.
Oh, you want to see me ride it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You should ride it too. Why don't you go ride it?
I could.
Sono ridotto uno straccio, per questo mi faccio anche se non mi va. Ho una pistola che langue in mezzo alle gambe che non spara mai. E tra peccato e castità vive la stirpe mia. Gira la giostra rock and roll che la porta via.
All right, let's give this thing a shot. It already feels kind of weird because the bars are so close, but it sounds damn good. Okay, we're gonna film this in 5 o'clock traffic. Shouldn't be a big deal, right? I've got the appropriate dirt bike helmet on. That doesn't match the bike, but it's a good way to put a microphone in. Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, man. Feels great. It's a little stiffer than the factory bike. Getting a little jumpy on the front end. What that really means is it's gonna handle really well. Because the suspension is just stiff enough. Man, it sounds good. 5 o'clock traffic, right by Revival. Esta no muy bueno. The best part is that it looks old, but it feels totally modern because the gearbox and the fuel injection and here. But yeah, ABS works great. Man, this thing would cruise all day at 80, I bet. Man, it's really awesome. I'm so excited about taking this bike on a longer trip. Go out into the hill country in this thing. Anybody that rents this is gonna love it. Man, that's in like 4th gear. It's got plenty of torque at like 30 miles an hour. I just love the way it sounds. Clutchless downshifts, no problem. Not cool on an old Moto Guzzi, but on the new ones, no problem. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Kind of love this thing. I gotta admit, maybe I'm getting old, but a good cruiser is pretty fucking good. All right, flyby. Did you know it had traction control? Man.
I don't know how to turn it off though.
We'll figure that out later, but I mean, traction control on a bobber. All right, so I'm still hot from my ride. Are you still hot from your ride?
You're such a whiner.
It's so hot outside.
You should ride motorcycles outside more. Not inside.
I ride almost every day now. So,
what'd you think?
it's a little stiffer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think that front shock could use some adjustment.
Yeah, it's a little
Just
stiff.
bit.
But I mean, it handles great. I look at a bike like this and I want it to be super, super comfortable.
Smooth and soft.
Yeah, the smooth and soft, like your face.
Yeah.
It's
actually a little rough today.
The seating position is solid, really solid. Like really comfortable. It's old man. I don't know if they cut it on the audio when I was riding it, but I said it's like an old man bike. It feels like
Yeah,
I can't think I'm an old man now.
It's comfy.
And the seat is so wide and so big for my fat butt. It was perfect.
Yeah, I was thinking while I was riding it, I was like, I'm glad I'm not taller though, because the foot pegs and like it's a pretty compact bike.
It's okay. My knees weren't hitting the cylinders, and it's the big blocks that do that to me. The small blocks don't. I got plenty of room. Surprisingly, you don't expect a bike that looks this old to have perfect fuel injection, to have perfect ABS, because I tested it. It all works great.
I hear you tested the traction control too.
And the traction control kept me from doing a wheelie.
I actually forgot that it had traction control.
I tried to do a wheelie and it immediately cut it as soon as it went through.
Like almost in the parking lot.
Did you see it almost come up?
Almost.
I tried.
I could see it unload the suspension.
It wasn't going to work. So that's great. If you're an idiot like me, it's going to prevent you from going too far.
Or an idiot like me.
Yeah, you'd probably crash it.
It's not a Ducati.
It's not a Ducati. So you wouldn't throw it on the ground?
No.
That's another story for another time. Andy has a really good, you're the best Ducati thrower on the grounder I know.
Yeah. Chris and Stefan are pretty close though.
Anyway. All right, so your thoughts? Your final thoughts on the bike?
I'm really happy that we didn't ruin it.
We can critique our own motorcycle.
Yeah, I think that's a real risk of taking something modern with a bunch of great rider aids, and you take it and you make all of that useless, and then it's not fun to ride anymore. But I think this is still great.
There was another bike on the Moto Guzzi Pro 9 build that I saw that did not run. So I don't know. Yeah, there was some other guys that put carburetors on them too, which, we're all a fan for old school, but carburetors are not better than fuel injection. Almost under any circumstance ever, unless you're in a third world country where your fuel's so bad maybe that you don't have a good filter and fuel pumps are going out. I don't know. There's almost no instance in which carburetors are better than fuel injection, and this fuel injection is really solid. Guzzi did it right the first time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no argument with that.
We didn't ruin it, was the point.
Yeah.
We kept the bones of what's there and hopefully improved it stylistically a little bit and put a spin on it.
I think it
sounds so good.
Yeah, and it's fun to ride. Like, it really is fun to ride.
When it cools down, I'm going to go for more than a 3-mile ride.
Yeah, right. we need to put a plate on it.
Oh, it doesn't have a license plate?
No.
Who needs it? One of my favorite things is everything we did to it. Obviously, is in house, and that seat. Courtney, she built one seat. Steph or Andy and I had designed that incorrectly. It was white with brown, and it just looked.
Yeah, it didn't work the way we wanted it to, unfortunately.
We designed it, and she made the whole thing. And I saw it on the bike, and I walked up to her. Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, What do you think about the seat on the bike? And she kind of made a face. It's like, good, I hate it.
Well, but I think that's a good sort of thing to talk about for people who are building stuff in their garages. It's like sometimes you make stuff and it doesn't work the way you think it does.
It didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I love this seat the way it is. I like the design. I like the comfort. I like everything about it structurally, but I'm not sure it was the right leather choice and color, but it works and it fits the bike pretty well.
Yeah.
In-house. Courtney made that in a day. No big deal. Just spanked out a seat, which is pretty cool.
Now, if I could get her to make one for my Moto Guzzi.
She won't do it?
She's working on it.
I can motivate her. All right. Cool. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Get your fucking hands dirty.
Make something.
Make something. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Peace, nerds. Go away.